Hey, what's up guys? This is JJ and this is the Walrus Audio Bellwether analog delay. And this is an analog delay that has all the features you could ever want from an analog delay, including tap tempo, which is not very common. This is very well made, made to a very high production standard, handmade. It has quite a lot of controls, but it's still pretty easy to use. But if you want more flexibility, for instance, expression pedal control, it offers that as well. It has a great sound. Sounds really natural, really dark if you want it. And what I always like in an analog delay is when it has a tone control, where you can set it to be brighter, or to set the repeats to be brighter or darker. Of course, if you're going to use an analog delay, you're looking for a dark delay sound, but you can make this brighter by rolling back on the tone control on the bellwether. So let me just run you through the controls. From right to left, there is the level control, which sets the level for the repeats, for the repeated signal. So if you want it to be more apparent, you have to turn it up. If you want it to be more subtle, you have to turn it down. Then there's this tone control. If you turn it counterclockwise, it's going to be brighter. If you turn it clockwise, the repeats are going to be darker, so more like an old Boss and DM2 or a Memory Man. Repeats determines how many, well, of course, repeats there are in the sound, so the feedback control. Then this time knob is there to set the length of the delay time, but you can also overrule that time knob setting by means of the tap tempo foot switch right here, which is not very common, as I said, in analog delays, but it's a very useful feature to have, especially if you're going to use it as a rhythmic delay, or as I did using the triplets in the intro tune that I was doing. And you can set the quantize, or you can set the tap divide, not the quantize, the tap divide for the tap tempo with this control. And then you can set it to different types of notes. I set it to triplets earlier on, but you can also set it to eighth notes, quarter notes, and let me see, I think that's a dotted quarter note right there, if I'm not mistaken. That's not all, because it also has a built-in modulation engine with depth and rate controls. For the first example, I had it turned on. For the second example, the lead example with the overdrive pedal, I turned it off. And you can use that kind of to add chorus or modulation to the repeats only. Then you can use an external expression pedal to determine how many repeats are going to be in the sound, or you can control the delay time. And if you change the delay time while you're playing, you get these really weird effects, and you can do that with the expression pedal as well. It's got two outputs. And what else can I say about this thing? Well, it has an effects loop, so you can hook up other pedals to affect the repeated signals. So if you're going to put like an electroharmonic spog in that effects loop, you can create like cascading octaves in the repeats. So it's a very versatile analog delay pedal. And you can even relocate the tap foot switch over here with an external foot switch. For instance, if this is sitting in the back row of your pedal board, you can relocate the tap switch to be at a more convenient spot, and you can still access it if you're going to use those rhythmic delays. So whether it's just a plain slapback delay you're looking for, or like epic lead sounds, spacious lead sounds, if you're looking for electroharmonics, Memory Man kind of sounds with the modulation mixed in, if you're looking for reverb type sounds, or just plain experimental sounds, it's all in this pedal. It's a really great analog delay pedal. For the purposes of this video, I'm playing my Vox Humana modded Fender US Stratocaster with Kinman traditional pickups into a Vox AC15 that's close mic'd with a Sennheiser E906, and I'm using toaster cables today. Very cool cables made in Europe, and they look terrific too, and they sound great. So what I'd like to do now is just let you hear some more sounds. So I'm going to put all controls at 12 o'clock, let you hear the clean sound again just for reference, and I'm going to start tweaking so you can hear what else this pedal has to offer, right? I'm on the bridge pickup. Here's the clean sound. Here's with all controls set to 12 o'clock. Okay, let's increase the level a bit. Okay, let me let you hear what it does when I turn the tone all the way off, and let me increase the level so you can hear it more clearly. So that's a brighter repeats. Let me turn it to 12 o'clock. Past 12 o'clock. So you get that really, the really dark, old school analog delay sound. Let me increase the repeats. Really useful feature. Okay, let me go for a shorter delay time, less repeats, and a darker sound. Even shorter. Brighter. Okay, let's go for a longer delay time. Here's the maximum delay time. Let's make it darker. Okay, so it sits back in the mix a little bit more, right? So that's great for your spacious. Really nice for a lead tone, the longer delay time, especially with some overdrive. Now I'll let you hear the modulation engine. And first let's start off with the depth and the rate controls to 9 o'clock because it can get pretty dramatic. First, here's without the modulation. And here's with it. Cool fast modulation there. Now I'm going to go for a slower modulation setting with quite a bit of depth and turn on the overdrive pedal again. That's my last example, my final example, to let you hear how that sounds on a lead tone. And for that I'll make it a little bit brighter as well and make it sit back in the mix a little bit. Anyway, hope you like this little video on the Walrus Audio Bellwether delay. Go to walrusaudio.com for more information. And please remember to subscribe. Signing off, jan-jaap.